This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real set of badonkers, packing some Doban hunkeros.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of man.
What's going down, babes? Show me the loving.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
These people are making a lot of money, print money, cash, money,
Well,
capitalism.
You're watching Will of the Fans. Let's fucking go.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
They sold you lectures.
Fucking up still. All right.
Yes, welcome to the bootleg bargain basement knockoff edition of WTF Live. Everyone's tired. I'm exhausted. My wife is sick, and John's Steam Deck has shat the bed. So it's going to be a good show. Let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 episodes of Red Dwarf to review for you today, and we hope you are going to stick around and have some fun with us, laughing through the tears of the fall of the Empire and possible resurrection of said Empire. Maybe later, we'll find out. Except that the right keeps dividing into increasing fucking subcategories of itself. But that's, that's neither here nor there, as long as one of them wins. But in the meantime, let's talk about fucking space bums. The boys of the dwarf, courtesy of the boys of the fans. Welcome to WTF Live episode, what is it now, 221?
Yeah, 222's on Tuesday. It'll be our day of twos.
All right, that'll be the... Wow, it's a long time since we've had
Tuesday.
Yeah. I wonder when we had 111. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, thank you for being here. We're going to get into it. We're going to review some Red Dwarf with you guys and talk about whatever the hell is going on, your minds as well as ours. First things first, though. John, is it even worth asking what's going on?
I don't really know. I've got my monitor up on the login screen for Windows 11 so that I have some kind of bounce light so it's not completely black in here. I'm playing like old classic Doctor Who on my Roku screen. And my Steam Deck is spewing out heat from the fan, but it will not power on technically, but I don't know if it'll power down either. So I've got like a Schrodinger's situation. I don't know whether my Steam Deck is fucked or if it just needs to power, like bleed out the battery. I don't really fucking know. Can't really worry about it right now, though. But we're here. Let's fucking go.
We won't go too long today as we attempt to get through these Red Dwarf episodes so everyone can... so that John can go off and get... figure out what the fuck's up with his poor little Steam Deck. Poor thing has been put through its paces quite a lot. Maybe it's just, just kind of like... Do it anymore, Dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way that I have been using my tech, it certainly is not designed for that. I had a laptop that was on for basically 24 hours a day for nearly 4 years, and we all know how that went. And then the Steam Deck has kind of been trudging along doing its thing for the better part of the last year as well. So I think that, it could be dead. Who knows? Certainly hope it's not, but that will make the current situation far more complex. But hey, no one can say I didn't show up.
No, at least you're here. You are always here, no matter what. And if anything, I think we actually have a better view of you than we normally do.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Now I just look like I'm, hanging out with those silly ass witches from Rage and Bloom or whatever the fuck that stupid bullshit game is called.
Like maybe you hacked your way into the show and you're not supposed to be here, sending us these threatening messages or something. I don't know. Fuck what. But whatever. Anyway, as long as it works, man, and you sound fine.
Can I get some love from the fucking people in the chat, for fuck's sake? Come on, shut the fuck up.
Let's get some titties for John. We haven't had any in 17 lifetimes, so let's try and hit the goal today for the man who loves boobies more than basically anyone. But and also John, I was talking about myself first of all, of course. But anyway, also of course we have our good buddy RadART. How are things with you, mates?
Pretty good. I was woken up extra early by my new cat this morning. I'd forgotten what it was like to be woken up by a cat scratching at my bedroom door. But he was trying to get in.
Pussy as well,
Oh yeah, lovely. Ginger pussy as well, I'm sure.
Well, not in the Philippines. It's been a really long time since I saw a ginger pussy. But you're doing all right, man?
Yeah.
Going all right with your channel and stuff? How's your channel doing? You've been blowing up a little bit.
Really good, yeah. Ever since this collaboration with Jay, the video itself has gotten 5.7 thousand views.
That's nice.
And my sub count has more than doubled in less than 2 days. So, yeah, that's pretty damn exciting. And of course, getting up extra early, I got to watch both episodes again. So
That's nice.
yeah, So
Pretty good.
all good here. All good here.
Well, there we go. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, worst things happen at sea. So there we go. We have got, like I said, 2 episodes of Red Dwarf for you today from Series 10. We are reviewing Lemons and Entangled. 2 words that don't belong together, and I never thought I'd actually say together, but I did. So there we go. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, they're good episodes, solid episodes. I think particularly Entangled always makes me chuckle. Especially towards the end. Just phrases like knacker attacker always make me laugh. Every time
I should have called it Bollockbuster.
Yeah, ballbuster, knacker attacker. That's the best one. That's the best one. Unplug the knacker attacker like that. Yeah, it's fucking great. So yeah, we'll be enjoying that. Plus, no doubt, spending some time trying to work out the mechanics of time traveling by using an 8-volt battery made of lemons and galvanized nails and copper. But it is possible. So yeah, there's a lot of high concept shit in these episodes, and there's also an appearance by Jesus, Jesus anyway. But yeah, apparently there used to be quite a lot of them, more than there are now. Although there are still plenty now. But there you go. Anyway, I'm just getting the subtitles up because I had to literally. We ran out of scripts when we got back to Earth, so I have been reading the scripts via the subtitle tracks straight off GitHub for the last couple of weeks now. And the only issue with that is that I can't tell who the fuck is actually saying the lines. Which has meant that I've actually had to watch the episodes instead of like watching them several days in advance and then forgetting. I have to watch them again before the show, which I did and had a good time with that earlier on. So I hope everybody in the chat's having a great time. And of course, let's see who we got in the chat. We got Stephen's here. Hello to Stephen Bromby. Hello to Triple J. Hello to you two who are both in the chat as well. And me. That's it. That's it. Fuck, we're dead.
I know.
Well,
Rhoda, have you had a chance to do a stream link share? Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it on X and I've done it on my channel.
It's mostly my fault because I haven't actually managed to share the fucking stream out to anybody yet. So that's more or less what we're more.
Let me see what I can do. And I will repost the link if you could be so kind. If you follow any of us on
X, guys, please
do.
hit the like button if you are here and you are enjoying yourself, or you know you will enjoy yourself because you usually enjoy yourself. Hit the like button. It's a safe bet. And yeah, also share it out. Don't forget to tickle the love button. It's been very, very naughty, girl, and it needs to be punished. Spank the fuck out of the love button for Valentine's Day. I don't think it is Valentine's Day anywhere in the world anymore, so I think we can all safely put that away for another year, and all men who did abide properly by their women can breathe a sigh of relief. So that'll be nice. I don't think they have steak and blowjob day in America, do they, John?
Yeah. They have Valentine's Day technically, I guess.
No, there's March 14th, steak and blowjob day. It's the revenge of men.
I wouldn't know. I haven't.
So
really
women
looked
get
into
Valentine's Day so that men will bend over backwards and buy them flowers and take them out to dinner and buy them chockies and things like that. But then some time ago, I don't know when, it was like 20 years almost at this point probably, some genius over in Britain decided that men deserved their day as well. So they decided that 1 month after Valentine's Day, March 14th, would be steak and blowjob day. And that's the day when the women have to provide both of those things. And
I can't say I've never received, I've never experienced such a celebration.
Really?
Maybe one or the other, but generally, I've
met half a dozen women who I know for a fact observe that holiday. So it's fairly popular. It's a good excuse for little sluts to do what they want, do what they do best, and get away with it. So there we go. So is Valentine's for that matter. But there we go. Basically, it's really all just for women, but we pretend it's for men. Anyway, because let's be honest, there's no way you're just going to let the chick do that and cook you a steak and give her nothing back. But anyway, we'll move on. I thought that it would be more of a transnational thing, but apparently it's not anymore. What we do have is a gifted membership from St. Hugo. Thank you very much for the Grift Force, for the princesses. Yes. Thank you so much.
Help me create the future of the white race.
Oh, yeah. Let's fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, St. Hugo. And yeah, if you haven't yet, like the stream, share the stream, and we will begin. But first of all, let's hear a little bit more about what the fuck is going wrong here with this Steam Deck. So what is the beef here?
I don't know. Like I say, it's spewing heat out of the top right now. Still
spewing heat.
Yeah, you can hear the fan going.
So
right?
it's off.
But it doesn't have a power light indicator on.
Okay.
And if I plug cable into it, the light will go on. So I'm just assuming that I just have to wait for hopefully maybe the battery to discharge, and hopefully I can get it to come back on again. I don't know. Here's an interesting thing though. Running from the phone, I've got it in landscape. Whenever you cut to one of the video clips, it goes and it shows the actual full screen. It's just here in dynamic view. I can't see Rhoda, and I can only see like the very corner of my screen. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Oh no,
I don't know very nice
so when we start doing the actual review of Red Dwarf, I'm going to see like all but the outside third. Like, it's interesting. I don't know, but we're gonna run with it. It is what it is.
Yeah. Interesting. That's a nice choice of words there. I can imagine you have some other words you'd rather be using.
Oh yeah, believe me. Yeah, if I sound like I'm a little bit more agitated than usual, it's because I am.
Yeah, you do sound a little highly strung. It's got to be said. I, on the other hand, I'm like super chill right now. I don't know why. I'm just not. I'm just relaxed. I've had a stupid day, and it's gone the way it's gone, and I'm just gonna roll with it and review some Red Dwarf and have a fucking laugh. So there we go. My sleep pattern doesn't exist. I had to drive a long way earlier on. It's a nightmare. That fucked up my entire day. So hey, we're doing what we're doing. Anyway, there we go. Let's just get on with fucking reviewing this show then, shall we? Because this is literally one of the highlights of the week for pretty much all of us, I think, at this point. So there we go. Also, did you listen to the Amelia song that I sent earlier on?
Yeah, it's good.
That one, I think I found the one now. The one that will become the
unfortunately, I haven't had a chance yet. I was too busy, of course, dealing with
no, it's fine. It's a real bop, though. It's a real bop. And I decided to go with a sort of a grimy, dark version of girl pop.
You're right.
Because I wanted it to be catchy, and I felt like I'd done quite well with the other songs, but not quite. A little too malicious. So I changed it again. And I might again, but I probably won't now because I really love that. Anyway, there we go. Red Dwarf then. So let's see. We have got, first of all, Series 10, Episode 3, Lemons. And you know what? I think I did do it right, apparently. We are actually, for once I got it right, and we're actually seeing the screen move first time. So there we go. Yay! Woo! Great start. What a glorious start to things. Please help us get the goal today, lads. We would really appreciate it. And we will roll on. Let us know how you feel, what you think is funny, what you think isn't, or anything else. Drop memberships, whatever you can. Would appreciate. Anyway, so we begin over here in this weird flickering bit of space. We have Lister, who is cooking. He's cooking some very, very specific things. And this is just another case of Red Dwarf Series 10 doing what I absolutely adore about Red Dwarf Series 10, which is set up and payoff. Like there's not really any law that states that you need this scene to mean anything later. But the fact that it does is just fucking extra, like bonus points for solid fucking writing. Because, well, you know, we'll see. So Lister's cooking, the cat comes in. Oh, yeah, stop whatever you're doing, bud. We're having a crazy golf championship in the Medilab. It's going to be insane. Lister says, I don't think so. Says, you won't say that when you see the course. It's amazing. Best hole's the fourth on the autopsy table. Oh, my God. I forgot. This is fucking weird. It says, out of bounds marked by the commode cushions. You have to land your drive over the bunion plasters in between the two kidney donor dishes. Then straight shot into the medical student's practice rectum. And it's funny because, you know, you never get to see this, but the descriptive language is so good that you basically feel like you have seen it. You know?
Yeah.
Practice rectum as well. I didn't know they actually made those, but I kind of believe it now.
You know, every time I watched the episode, I misheard that and I didn't get the joke because I heard practice restroom and I thought that doesn't really make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense. But practice rectum, yeah. Indeed. But yeah, Lister says, not now, man. Can't you see I'm cooking? He goes, steak? What is it, pork? He says, I found a deep freeze down on B deck next to Crichton's quarters. He goes, enough for me? He goes, just one steak, one chop, and one rib. He goes, great, just enough. And then he steals Lister's food. And, well, we've got sound on here for some reason. Hang on a moment. Just give me a second, and I will
hey, everyone.
fill this sound. And hey, everybody.
Hi, Jim.
There we go. And I'll put it back. So, yeah, the cat walks off eating what Lister has just spent some time cooking. But don't worry. We'll all be glad later that Lister didn't eat it himself. So, there we go. Then he complains because that's typical cat. Steals what you've worked hard on, you know, makes off with your grub, and then complains about it. He literally says, he goes, I'm loving this pork. But then he walks off. Then he comes back, says, maybe needs a little more soy sauce. Yeah! And he's off as Lister is left only with the soy sauce. So he drinks some, which is a bit grim.
Yeah.
But hey, I guess, you know, I guess you can do that. I guess that's something you can do if you have to in a pinch, you know. Certainly could be worse. Anyway, now we are later on. Lister is in the drive room, and Rimmer arrives. And arrives and goes, Lister, I've been meaning to say, wait a minute. Books? You've been reading again, haven't you? Says, Listy, I've told you 1,000,000 times, don't read. It messes you up. It's like giving a hamster who's only used to his little wheel the keys to an Aston Martin. All the car references from Rimmer this series are. I guess that's because he became the classic car guy in between. He says crazy things are going to happen. He says, it's part of my robotics course. I've got to read it. Makes you feel so inadequate. You know, Mozart was only 5 when he wrote Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I wasn't even toilet trained when I was 5. And Rimmer replies, you barely mastered it now. Yeah, he agrees. How did these people get to be so great? I mean, Shakespeare. He goes, I don't understand anything he wrote, but man, what a dude. Plays, poems, and a whole bunch of expressions. A dish fit for a king. That was Shakespeare. This is all callback jokes later as well, by the way. A dish fit for a king. Say what?
Every last one.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally all of them. They don't. It's like it's so economical writing, but like fit all this stuff into 30 minutes every week, and yeah, every joke is like a setup for another joke. I mean, I think the most impressive version of that is probably the Chinese whispers that went all the way through the last episode. But they do it in basically every episode this series, where there's just a running joke that kicks off all the way through. And I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But there you go. Anyway, so he's touting Shakespeare's ability to turn a phrase, to come up with expressions like a dish fit for a king. He says, what a great expression. But Rimmer is not impressed. He says, Is it though? Is it a great expression? He goes, a dish fit for the king. I say that all the time. This is a dish fit for the king. That is a great expression. I love that expression. That's Shakespeare. You've got to hand it to him. He really could write a good expression. It's just like, oh my God, stop saying expression. He goes, who couldn't have thought of that? He goes, in a pickle. That was another Shakespeare expression. In a pickle. How brilliant is that? He goes, you know what it means? As confused as the mixed up, stewed, spicy vegetables in a pickle jar.
You could say I'm in a bit of a pickle at the moment myself.
You are.
Yeah.
You are indeed. Yes, you are.
By the way, like the purple hue to your screen makes you look like my first ever profile picture when I was like about 15 or something.
Yeah.
I logged in. The first thing I said was Morpheus. Well, there we go. Wake up.
If I turn the light on in the room, then it hits right exactly where the camera is situated, and then it blows it all out. So I just figured this is probably the best option I have for the moment. Right,
of course. So anyway, yeah. Fucking hell. Rimmer says, and how are we supposed to know what the inside of a 16th century pickle jar looks like? And how is that relevant to our non-pickly lives here in deep space today? When will people learn? Shakespeare, it's over! He doesn't like Shakespeare, even though he's referenced Shakespeare before himself. And in was it the first series? The first series, I think. One of the episodes.
He certainly did Marooned in series.
Yeah, he did Marooned, yeah. He does, because he likes Richard III.
Yeah. Now
the brilliant now speech, yeah.
Completely unforgettable.
Now something.
Yeah, you can only remember one word of it. There was a question on Universe Challenge too, which we got right, of course. Because we got them all right. But anyway, apart from one, I think. I don't know. But anyway, no one will ever see that stream because the BBC copyrighted just about every fucking second of it. So too bad if you didn't catch it live. Then you missed out.
Indeed.
Yeah. Shame, really. Would have been fun to have people see that.
Do you still have a copy of it somewhere? Like a master copy?
I have it, yeah. But
okay.
I can't.
Yeah, you should upload them. Upload these ones that get copyright struck. You should upload those to Rumble.
I'll put them on. Well, maybe I'll put them on Rumble. Did we stream that to Rumble? We might have streamed it to Rumble. And also there is the clips channel, which eventually I can probably rework some of it into smaller clips and post onto that channel as well. And if you haven't yet, go and subscribe to WoTF clips. But there you go. Hold on a second. Let's just do a thing. All right. Okay. Boom. So, for whatever reason, Rimmer now has decided that he doesn't like or respect Shakespeare. I guess they just forgot. But he goes,
he has the money. Bad memories from that whole episode of Maroon at this point in time.
Technically, it's a different Rimmer too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And there's also that he also said it's over, which implies that he did previously like Shakespeare.
Oh, you're just bored with Shakespeare now. You've just had enough. He goes, the money that guy must have made out of a few lousy expressions and a bad haircut. And Lister's like, a bad haircut? He goes, don't tell me you haven't noticed his bad haircut. He goes, but because he's had a few hit expressions, he gets away with it. Like he's a pop star or something. What's wrong with his haircut? He goes, he's got a skullet. And as far as I can remember, right, this was the first time I'd ever heard the word skullet. Like, I genuinely don't remember ever hearing the word skullet before I saw this episode. So I think Red Dwarf might have coined it. But I don't know. And anyway, Lister goes, a skull what? He goes, a bald mullet. A skullet. Yeah. It was bald at the front, mullet in the back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I do recall Hulk Hogan being referred to having one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But I can't say exactly. It was some point in the 90s. So it could have been.
Okay, so it wasn't Red Dwarf then.
I'm not sure. It could have come from here. Could just be coincidence. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. In any case, he says he's got a scullet. He says a bald mullet, bald at the front, mullet in the back. He goes, you wouldn't want to go out in public with this guy. Anyway, in walks Crichton, says, sirs, the most incredible news. Lister says, someone's died and you've been left a new mop. Or is that Rimmer who says that? That's Rimmer who says that, sorry. He goes, oh, please, sir, give me some credit. I'm not the one-dimensional cleaning droid I once was. I've evolved into something far more complex and multi-layered, and if I may say so, superior. To which Rimmer replies, stain. Crichton shouts, where? Lister goes, smudge. He goes, oh, where? Rimmer shouts, smear. He goes, oh, God. Lister shouts, speck. He goes, oh, speck. Then they go, smeg. And he goes, smeg. And we dissolve to what was most likely, away from what was most likely an increasingly ad-libbed sequence at the end there to a later scene. So here we are. Crichton has acquired this. These crates were in transit, sir. I opened the first one and found this. What is it? It's a rejuvenation shower, sir. It rewinds each individual's genome and returns the body to any point in its past. It can restore you to your physical prime. And I was thinking that there's a good chance they wrote this because they are well aware of the fact that the cast are all in their 50s at this point. And it would be funny to write a joke like that where they're all past it now and over the hill and la-di-da-di-da. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Anyway, so they're not really like that sold on it, but the cat is. He goes, oh, man, how great is that? I can go back to last Thursday, which is apparently when he was in his physical peak, in his opinion. Anyway, then Rimmer goes, what? It's Swedish. And of course, that means we've got yet another anti-Euro joke in an episode of Red Dwarf. Yes! Any chance, any excuse to insult other countries. That's the Britain that we dream of. There we go. So yes, he goes, it's Swedish. So it's a flat pack, self-assembly. We have to build it ourselves. Says, with just an Allen key, it's the cat, I think. With just an Allen key and a Phillips screwdriver, assembly should take less than 3 hours. That's Swedish for a week. Not a million miles away, you know. Oh, right, we cut to a montage of them fiddling with various pipes, and then there's the cat literally just playing like a cat.
Yeah, the cat's right.
Trying to scratch some dangly bit. I don't know. Fiddling with stuff and trying to put things together. There's the pipe scene from the intro credits.
The pipe made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, he is funny as fuck, isn't he? Anyway, there we go. So they arrive, and Lister says, it's not a million miles away, you know. But the cat says, what about all these spare parts we didn't use? There's alignment bracket. What the hell's an alignment bracket? Anyway, we'll find out in a minute. He goes, oh, look, we have taken this thing apart and put it together 100 times. It's aligned, all right? We then got a shot of it. If you couldn't tell from the previous shots, though, I mean, the thing is, like, covered in duct tape, and it's just been slung together in any old which way. It's appalling, frankly, compared to what it's supposed to look like. So there you go. Yeah, nothing's aligned. Everything's fucked. There's bits and bobs hanging everywhere. It looks fucking terrible. Typical IKEA job, but there you go. Anyway, Lister insists that it's good to go, and they think that they probably should find something to test it. Needs something unimportant and meaningless, says Rimmer. So then he suggests, Listy, you're up. The last man alive, unimportant and meaningless. Okay. But anyway, they look around for something alive but not particularly important that they can put in there. And then Crichton decides, and there's actually another thing that's kind of fun, considering where we're going with this. One of the things Lister grabs is an old battery.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, something that they discard as unimportant and meaningless. No doubt that was written in quite by design, as a battery will become the very thing they need most in the whole fucking universe in a few minutes. But there we go. They didn't bring it with them. And there we go. Crichton says, "Oh, sir, what about your socks?" So, of course, it's another Lister sock joke. Crichton picks up one of Lister's congealed, crusty, almost brick solid socks, says, "They're just teeming with life."
Look, the thing that made me laugh with this bit is that Crichton's using a pair of tongs to carry the socks, even though
his hands are synthetic. Yes. Yes, indeed. Excuse me. So there we go. And they decide they put the sock in and they fire it up. They have a go anyway. Stand back, everyone. And they turn it on. The beams. Oh no, the beams are in fact coming through in all directions because they haven't. If you look at the top, they've got all the different shower heads pointing in various different directions instead of straight down.
They are not
aligned.
So no, they are not aligned. It goes, and they say, "Oh, so that's what those alignment brackets were for." Not that it matters, because in a second, the badly put together rejuvenation shower will in fact hurtle them somewhere else. They emerge in this random forest and go walking. We got that's what those alignment brackets were for. What's happened? Where are we? Damn cheap Swedish flat pack self-assembly rejuvenation showers, says Rimmer. In a line that could only happen from Red Dwarf. Like, there is literally no other fucking series where you will ever get that sentence. But there you go. Anyway, where the hell is it sent us? Crichton says, "I fear we may have time traveled, sirs. And I told you those white plastic clippy things were important." I think that's the cat. But anyway, Lister says, "Trees? This might be Earth." Cat's got the ump. After every single time they get sent somewhere randomly, whether it's through a portal or a picture or a fucking gap in the stasis field or literally a shower, they always seem to end up on Earth, according to Cat. He says, "Earth. It's always Earth with you guys. You see some trees on Earth. Who's to say it isn't a planet entirely populated by naked warrior cat babes that need me to make love to them all? And what are the chances of that? Hey, if you've never had a dream, you've never had a dream come true." So there we go. Crichton then does a thing where he beep, 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 and suddenly has discovered their exact location, coordinates, and position, and also era, which is an interesting ability that Crichton seems to have developed himself. Definitely not one that he could have used before, because he definitely needed the scan before to figure out where the fuck they were. He didn't just do this in Dallas in 1963, for example. But hey, for whatever reason, Crichton now seems to be able to geolocate himself.
Maybe he's integrated the scan into his internals.
Maybe. I mean, it's bollocks either way, isn't it? Let's be honest. So. But fair enough. Anyway, as they suspected, they are not, in fact, on a planet of naked warrior cat babes that need the cat to make love to all of them. Crichton says, "We're in a land called Albion, sirs, better known as Britain, and the year is 23 AD. And Lister says, 23 AD? Weren't Britons all knotters back then, running around sporting blue tattoos out on their heads on booze? Oh, out of their heads on booze, fighting, vomiting, and passing out. It says, a phase that doesn't end anytime soon, sir." I mean, you've got to give it to them for that one. One thing you could really say there that hasn't aged with them would be the blue tattoos. But the thing is that actually the majority of tattoos have got blue in them somewhere. So, and they all end up looking blue, no matter what color they originally were for some reason.
Right.
So there you go. And yeah, this was I remember back in the 2000s. Excuse me. Perhaps our American contingent don't remember this, or they weren't aware. But in the 2000s, they brought in 24-hour pub licenses. meaning that pubs were allowed to choose when they closed. Before that, every pub had to close at 11 p.m. But once 24-hour drinking came in, a pub could decide that after hours it's going to be a nightclub or whatever, or just stay open until whatever fucking time they please. So this led to some of the best nights out I've ever had. Many of them, actually, pretty much all of them, actually, because I was about 18 when they brought this in, so it was fucking phenomenal for me. Throughout my entire 20s, you never went out and got home before 3 a.m.
No.
You know, and if the night went really well, you'd be sitting on the pavement eating a pizza or a burger or a kebab or whatever at 5 a.m.
Right.
You know, I've mentioned this before, watching the drunk bitches having their fights in the gutter and then picking which one you're going to take. You know,
Yeah, there's very few places in America that have 24-hour alcohol access. I kind of think it's only really limited to like Vegas and a few other places. Yeah. Well, so I think the latest I've seen a place stay open is till 4 a.m.
Right.
About as far as
I mean, you literally, some places never closed.
Right.
There were some pubs that would stay open till whenever. I mean, even like a Weatherspoons pub, which is like a chain pub that does food and stuff, but it also does cheap beer, etc. Like they would be open till 2 a.m. All of them, every night.
Well, I know from experience when I was on night shift that Weatherspoons would open at 7 a.m. and serve beer.
I know.
So I'm coming home finishing work at 7 a.m. and people think I'm a raging alcoholic because I'm buying a beer at 7 a.m. but I've just got out of work.
I mean, yeah, I guess I also remember when I just had a really bad breakup and I was in Weatherspoons at 7 a.m. buying a beer.
Yeah, when I worked at the printing press, there was a bar that was pretty much situated right there specifically for the night shift crew that did breakfast hours.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Point is, there's no mistake in the depiction of just exactly how much Brits love to fucking drink. You know, we drink. Yeah, it's what we do. We drink and we love. Anyway, there we go. And we also fry quite a lot of things too. But there you go. Anyway, so yeah, it was called it caused an epidemic that was called binge Britain, because my generation, when we would drink, we wouldn't just go out and have a couple in the pub and go home.
Right.
We would go out, as Mickey Flanagan, the comedian, did it. We'd be out. We'd be out. I was just popping out, and now look at me. I'm out. I'm still out. I should have gone home hours ago, but here I am. I'm out. You know?
Yeah, in fucking nightclub with his Tesco bag.
With his milk in it, still in his slippers, because he was never supposed to go out. But it's a whole segment where he does this stand-up routine where you basically the degrees of being out in British English.
Yeah.
Like whether if you're popping out, you're just like going to the shop or something, you'll be back in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Then you're going out. Then there's out, which means you ain't coming back for several hours, and you're probably going to be fucking mullered when you do get home. So there we go. And that's the scene that he depicts, where he went out to buy some milk, ran into a mate, ended up going into the pub, stuck around there until his milk had curdled, and now he's standing in a fucking nightclub at 3 o'clock in the morning, still in his slippers and carrying a fucking pint of cheese. So it's pretty good. But binge Britain was a real thing. Like we literally would go out. We'd pre-drink.
Yeah.
You'd get a bottle of vodka, and between you and 2 or 3 mates, drink the lot, then go out, so that you wouldn't spend as much money when you were out. But the reality is, you'd spend probably even more money because you were half pissed by the time you got out. So then you're really putting it away. So ultimately. It caused what they called like an epidemic of binge drinking. All right, whatever, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Anyway, there you go. So yes, that phase definitely didn't end in AD 23. Any opportunity basically for the Brits. So there we go. Anyway, Lister suggests that maybe they can stay. He says, no, we got to get back to the dwarf and find Kachansky. Didn't know that was their mission, but apparently it is.
Well, I mean that kind of clears things up for me. You know, like back in Series 7, I was asking like, why don't they just use the what's it that they used to end up in 1963 to just actually go back to Earth? But if they're searching for Kachansky, then that kind of clears it
That's
up.
a good point, actually. Yeah. That is a good point. Why didn't they just use that shit to go back to Earth proper? I guess because they couldn't control it, probably. But whatever. I mean, we've abandoned any and all pretense of any of them really caring about getting out of this situation anymore.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like they don't
Yeah.
seem to be that motivated to get away from their lives. I think when you've been doing this for 3 decades at this point, which one way or another, it doesn't matter what you say, they're all fucking 30 years older. So they have been in deep space now for decades. They've just kind of, I don't know if they could even survive on a planet now, like without being able to bum around and do whatever the hell they wanted. You know? But there we go.
They've been institutionalized to a degree. They're they are a product of their environment and the reinforcement of decades of being stuck in situations.
Well,
Yeah.
Cat and Crichton wouldn't have anywhere to go. Rimmer is probably actually against the idea because he'd probably get switched off, and Lister's searching for Kachansky, so it makes sense now.
Yeah, Lister's not going to go anywhere without Kachansky first. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, they basically they're like, okay, let's get out of here. Let's go home. Crichton says, no fear, sir. I have the returner remote right here. Oh, it doesn't appear to be functioning. Does it need a battery by any chance? 8 volts, about yay big. And indeed, they don't have a battery. As I said, they just had a battery not a couple of minutes ago, and they didn't think for a second to actually put it into the remote. They operated it at the console. But there you go. Anyway, resourceful space scout Rimmer, Pinkle Scrammy Plip Plap Plop, says, tell you what, we'll make a battery. Out of what? Trees and mass? A potato, a copper coin, and an iron nail. We can make a 1-volt battery. Britain in 23 AD, sir, doesn't have any potatoes and won't get them until the 16th century. So there's kind of a laugh. Rimmer then says, lemons. The exact same battery, but with lemons. He says, Britain in 23 AD, sir, doesn't have any lemons either, and they won't get those until the 14th century. To which the cat replies, he's getting closer. So where's our nearest lemon? Best guess, sir, India. India? How far's that? 4,000 miles, sir. If we walk briskly, we'll get there in 6 months. 6 months? Can't wait. Lister starts walking off. Well, we've got no choice if we want to get home. Let's face it, sir, we're in a real pickle, he says to Rimmer, which is a complete coincidence, by the way. Coincidence, indeed. It is the theme of the next episode. But there we go. Anyway, then he tells Lister that he's going the wrong way. India's actually behind them. So they set off the other direction, whereby we can only assume they somehow catch some kind of fucking biblically aged boat going from Albion to Gaul, or from Britain to France. I genuinely, I feel like that is the one thing that I feel like this episode needed, was at least a shot of them somehow making it onto a boat. Or did they have to build a raft? Because there wouldn't have been that many fucking boats going between Albion and Gaul in AD 23, unless they were Roman. In which case, they'd be wondering who the fuck you are and probably have captured you, you know. But whatever, anyway, we do manage to get through Albion, Gaul, the Germanic regions, through Armenia and Parthia, all the way to India. They literally walk all the way to India. And I sort of thought to myself, can you actually walk to India from France? And yes, yeah, you actually can. That's a thing you could do if you were really, really bored and you had 6 months and you didn't care if you lived or died. You could walk to India. So they do. They walk to India. Whereupon they then arrive in this marketplace, and we get a look at Lister, who now has, of course, 6 months of beard growth on him. And he goes, "Hey, it's a market." Everyone else seems to have fared rather better. Crichton, however, just looks completely dizzied and by the whole thing, and his body is gigantic with that fucking great big smock on him. The cat hasn't changed much. Rimmer looks the same because Rimmer wouldn't have a beard growth because he's a hologram, although doesn't really explain why he keeps aging, but okay, whatever. And the cat's here looking miserable as fuck and also having grown no kind of beard. And they find this woman. She is selling onions. And they arrive, and here we go. They try to speak to her, and Crichton, in Indian, I guess, or whatever language they are speaking there, asks if they speak Albion, to which the woman suddenly reveals that she speaks fluent English. Modern English, too. How fun is that? How nice. She says, "Ha ha, I lived in the land of Albion for 10 full cycles of the moon, but I fled after my family were dragged screaming from my home to a mighty wicker tower, where they were sacrificed to the 3 gods, Tutatis, Asos, and Tyrannus. First they were garroted to death, then they were burned to death, then they were drowned to death. 3 deaths to appease the 3 gods. Then the druids drank their blood and ate their meat and said the harvest would be bountiful." Right. Have you got any lemons? I love that shot. Is it Lister who says that? Right. Have you got any lemons? Like, she's just told them all of this shit. And he sort of, I guess people did used to talk a bit more, like tell whole stories and stuff, but these are modern people. They don't have time to or consideration to care. I feel like culture has gone that way, right? It actually I don't have any proof of this. It's just a hunch, but it makes perfect sense to me that a person like 2,000 years ago would waffle on and on and on and on and tell you every story about everyone they've ever known,
Well, especially if they didn't have books or the internet to preserve their stories, they'd want to keep repeating them.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, and the funny thing is that actually people here are like that too. Where I live in the Philippines, they do tend to tell people like every fucking detail of their lives, whether you want to hear it or not. And also they are incredibly inquisitive too. Like if you get you get in a taxi in the West, right? No one's going to ask you much. The driver doesn't give a fuck about you. He just wants to get paid and get on to the next fare, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be like, "Where you going, Gov?" And then maybe you'll get like a little bit of small talk or whatever. In the Philippines, it'll be, where do you stay? Where do you live? How old are you? Are you married? Mostly because you're a foreigner and the taxi man has a daughter. So and it's an attempt to get you into their family, so because then you're beholden to them. So, but there we go. Anyway, that's the way it is. How are we doing, chat? You guys are live? Oh, hello, Toasty. She's never been to a bar?
Yeah,
yeah.
Or been in a bar fight. She would like to do both.
She's never been in a bar or a bar fight.
Right.
I mean, one of those things is
one leads to the other.
Not fun at all, actually. I don't know. Have I ever been in a bar fight? Yeah. A couple of times. Yeah. 3 times. One of them with a guy who kept pinching my ass because I was wearing a dress for a joke. But like not in any way trying to look like a woman. I had like, short hair and a hairy chest and hairy legs, but I was wearing a dress because it was somebody's hen night and they decided to invite me. I've told this story before. It ended really well. But anyway,
okay, nice.
I was the only guy out with a group of chicks,
One of them was getting married.
Yeah, one of them was getting married. The other 5 were all desperate. So
yeah. Pretty easy pickings then.
Picking? Why pick one? Never mind. Anyway,
Oh, all right.
so there we go. Anyway, yeah. How am I looking? Wet. Anyway, let's move on. They ask her if she's got any lemons, and she doesn't know what they mean, but listen up while she's revealing them. What? I'm just reading this. Sorry. He goes, they're a fruit. They've not been launched in Europe, but I've heard they've been released here. I goes, and then finally, she opens the thing, and she does indeed. No, there was never an issue. She has lemons. She has a lot of lemons. So she goes, citrus. He goes, we came from Albion, through Gaul, across half the Roman Empire, Persia, Parthia, all for this very fruit. She says, this one here, is it famous? He said, no, not that one in particular. We're in search of lemons in general. We've walked 4,000 miles. She says, how many do you want? And Rimmer says, 8. She says, 8? You walked across half the known world for 8 lemons? Goes, yeah, you're right. That's absolutely insane. Make it 10. So so she starts handing him out lemons. To which point, such a crazy episode. It's a good one though. I like it. A lot of well considered, dialogue that reflects what actually happens in. You know what I mean. But anyway, so Lister says, "Have you got a bag?" She says, "What's a bag?" He goes, "Bags haven't been invented yet, sir. In 23 AD, the rich have satchels made of goat hide. So what did everyone else do? They dropped things, sir." There we go. Right, what next? Goes, apart from new feet. He goes, we need copper for the positive electrode. Copper? Where are we going to get copper? And Rimmer says, isn't Britain famous for its copper? Lister goes, no way. He goes, I said we needed a shopping list. Didn't I say we needed a shopping list? But he goes, wait a minute. We've got coins. Aren't copper coins made of copper? Oh, yes, he's right. I think I read that somewhere. Next up, galvanized nails. Yeah, I can't remember who said that line.
I'm 99% sure it was Cat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, yeah. Anyway, Lister finally manages to get himself a shave and arrives back at their table where they have their 10 lemons or whatever and a bunch of nails. Finally got the sphalerite ore from a Chinese merchant. 3 weeks for a few lousy nails. Everything's so damn primitive here. So they've now been in this time for 6 months and 3 weeks.
Right.
And fortunately for us, we didn't have to go through it, but it is really quite funny. Anyway, you may have noticed at this point that costume-wise, like, Lister is really not trying at all. Crichton is really, like, he's given up and no one seems bothered by the fact that he's a mech.
Right.
Rimmer is wearing this hat, and the cat, of course, has managed to find and secure for himself an incredibly decorative, lavish and elegant outfit. Even though they, like he's got this this fucking, I don't know what you call it, kind of turban with all the jewels in it and shit. Don't know how he got it, but he did. So there we go. Anyway, you have to remember, sir, that many things have yet to be discovered. In 23 AD, they still believed the earth was flat, that Tourette's and epilepsy were caused by demons, and an oxen, he says, an oxen had a higher standing in society than a woman. And that irritates me because the singular of oxen is ox, not a single oxen. Oxen is plural. Right. Ox is singular. It's right. I don't know why they didn't know that. But anyway, Lister says, where did the oxen go wrong? They had it all, they just threw it all away. Also, did you know that the color purple is a luxury item? It's made from crushed seashells, and only the very rich can afford it. Lister says, color purple. Says, what's wrong with just mixing red stuff with blue stuff? He says, they haven't discovered that yet, sir. Says, really? Jesus. And the man turns around and goes, yes. What? I'm sorry. And yes, they have in fact said Jesus, which has got the attention of the man behind them. Jesus. So after an awkward thing, we're like, oh, I'm just talking to me mates here. Oh, I beg your pardon then. My apologies. So they go back to their conversation. But now Rimmer is fixated on the man on the left. He says, it can't be, can it? Don't look, don't stare. It's 23 AD. This is when he was supposed to be alive. So how old would he be? And Rimmer goes, well, let's work it out, shall we? And then begins doing a calculator motion on his fingers.
Right.
Even though obviously everybody has already gleaned that it's 23 AD, so Jesus would be 23. But Rimmer, and this part confused me, to be quite honest, because at first I thought he was just being snarky to the cat, because the cat doesn't know how old Jesus would be in AD 23. But then Rimmer goes, so how old would he be? Oh, well, let's work it out, shall we? And it starts doing the boo, 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 boo. But the more it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on for several seconds of him just touching his palm like a calculator as they all sit and wait, it becomes clear that Rimmer himself is so stupid he hasn't realized it either. So he finally does figure out and goes, oh, 23. But I didn't really get that joke. It kind of didn't land for me, that one. But there you go.
I thought it was just trolling the cat.
I thought it was too, but I'm not sure because it goes on too long for him to just be trolling the cat. Because the more he goes on, the more he seems genuinely to be invested in it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. But whatever, anyway. So he goes 23.
I thought he was just committed to the bit.
Maybe he was. I don't know. But anyway, so there, 23. He goes, that's how old that guy looks. What's he doing in India? Shouldn't he be in Nazareth or somewhere making tables? And Lister says maybe he's on his gap year. But once again, what's he doing in India? So according to the Bible, sirs, there was no sight of him from when he was a young child to when he was 30. Oh, so this is like Club 1830, the holy version? The missing years, I've heard about this. He toured the world, perfecting his teachings. And Rimmer decides that he's got to get Jesus's autograph. Everyone is annoyed at this idea and tries to stop Rimmer. It says, no, you can't get his fucking autograph. But Rimmer insists that it will be worth a fortune on eBay. Which is kind of weird because it's jokes like this that make you realize, oh, fuck, Red Dwarf is like 30 years old. By the time this episode came out, it was like 29 years old or something like that. Right. And we've gone from VHS tapes to eBay by that point. Mm-hmm. So yeah, eBay, it'll be worth a fortune because you don't even believe in him. Because look, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. All I'm going to do is say, sorry, I'm a bore. I bet you get this all the time, but you're him off the Bible, aren't you? What's wrong with that? Rimmer, please don't say that. Because look, it'll be fine. We'll get talking. I'll tell him my middle name's Judas. Because one thing could lead to another. We could wind up big buds. Because why is your middle name Judas? Because Judas embodied all the traits my mum wanted me to have. Your mum wanted you to be a two-faced, double-crossing, conniving snitch. Yes, she must have been very proud of you. Says she was a member of the Church of Judas. Now, this is a retcon.
Yeah.
Because it might be a retcon. This is the thing. They do say, Rimmer does say in a much earlier episode that his parents were Seventh-day Advent hoppists.
Yeah.
Yes.
They believe they had to hop on the seventh.
Because their Bible had a misprint. It was supposed to be hopists, wasn't it? Oh dear.
Oh no. Well, this is all right. Well, back. Good.
Oh, he's back.
Okay. I didn't see anything happen though. But okay.
For a second.
So instead of
you were lagging for a while. But
who
no,
me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. Well, I've stopped using a VPN, so the connection. If I lose connection, it should come back instantly instead of farting around for fucking 20 minutes like happened before.
Right.
So that's why I figured that out. By the way, guys, are we alive, chat? Are you there? Do you have anything to say to us? Help us hit the goal, please. We want to show you some tits. John needs help. He's had a shit day and he needs some titties in his life.
That's right.
Help us hit the goal. We are currently at 3%.
Whoa.
Only 97% to go. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So it's the whole the greatest of these is hope becomes hop because they have a typo in their Bible. Don't know how that happened. Why it would only be in one edition, but hey, whatever. I guess the E wasn't working, except that it obviously worked on the other words. Yeah, doesn't make sense. But anyway, so according to Rimmer, though, his mum was a member of the Church of Judas, which could in fact still be true at the same time because you don't know if the hoppist thing was a Christian thing or if it was a Judasy thing. So I guess it's a semi-retcon. Either way, though, I actually really like it. As crazy theories go, it's one of the more plausible, you know?
Right.
And it's also another setup and payoff.
Yes, it is indeed another setup for later. So, according to the Church of Judas, they believe that Jesus asked Judas to swap places with him. So Judas was crucified and Jesus was able to show up the following Monday and say, "I'm back, baby, I'm back." And nobody noticed? He goes, okay. Judas's full name was James Judas Didymus. James means twin. Didymus means twin. Judas was Jesus's twin brother. Like, Jesus had a twin, bro, according to the Church of Judas. So Judas sacrificed himself and his reputation and became someone who was sneered at and reviled throughout history. Just like you. Your mom was really smart. So what happened to Jesus afterwards? He went to the south of France with Mary Magdalene, had a family, and invented the wheelbarrow. There we go. So that's the lore of the Church of Judas, of which Rimmer is evidently a member, or at least his mother was. But yeah, so they actually believe that Jesus swapped places with Judas, and Judas was in fact Jesus's twin. I mean, as crazy theories go, that's pretty plausible. You know what I mean? There's no way you could disprove it because there was no photos back then or anything. And I mean, even so, no one even portrays Jesus accurately. There's no way he was white. You know, he would have been at least brown.
Yeah. He certainly looked probably less like me. Being as they depict white dude with long hair and all that. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, given that it takes place it's in the Middle East effectively. So yeah,
it's India here. Oh, you mean where he's from? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's literally fucking.
The likelihood of being pale ass white is pretty slim to none.
It's not happening. Not happening. He would have been a brown skinned with a big nose and curly black hair. Most likely. So there you go. Anyway, and it's not racist to say that because it's factually accurate. But there we go. Anyway, so the idea is that Jesus escaped, created the Christian myth, and buggered off to the south of France with Mary Magdalene. Okay. Anyway, they start arguing, but then overwalks Jesus again. Says, brothers. By the way, for some reason, he too has a Scouse accent or a Manc accent, or I can't remember what accent it is specifically, but it's that region. He goes, brothers, I fear thou art impatient for thine food. Please join me. We are all travelers. Share with me. Of course, Rimmer stands. The rest of them are like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. We can't be doing this. We can't be interfering with Jesus of all people, you know. But there we are anyway. So they are. And he says, wow, what an honor. And then he goes, incidentally, we know who you are. Recognize the sandals. He says, I'm Rimmer. You can call me On or Big Man. Yes, the return of Big Man, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long fucking time since we heard Big Man. Like series 2, I think.
Yeah, Crichton.
Literally the episode Crichton, yeah. Anyway, he goes, I'm talking a big fan of yours. Big fan. Then he's a bit awkward. He turns to Crichton and says, would the gladiator like to join us too? Because he's got such a mangled face, he thinks he's a gladiator. So, I'd be most honored, sir, although I am not a gladiator. I am a man of peace. And Jesus says, oh, then thou shalt sit next to me. God, it's so cringe. Anyway, so next we know, they are literally all sitting in a line at a really big, long banquet table, which I tried to put into the thumbnail, but there was just no way to fit it in. Because it looks like the Last Supper, and of course, who's the guy at the end on the left? That's interesting, isn't it? We know who he is. Well, we may know who he is. He may be one of two people. But anyway, we'll find out later. In any case, look at all this food. And one of them says, or is it the cat, says, a dish fit for a king.
Let's see.
Yeah, call back, yes. Indeed. He says, you're all from the land of Albion, I think. I have visited Albion. I walked across the river of Mersey. That's the
river of Mersey.
The river of Mersey, that's right, yeah. Which definitely would not have been called that at that point. It would have been called something else entirely, but whatever. Lister says, all those old prams, it's not hard, is it? Goes, there was a bridge. Oh, got you. I thought you meant no. Mine uncle. And there we go. We find out that the soldiers are here. He says, when I was returning from the men's room, I spied 2 soldiers. Jesus, they're on to us. And they're like, problem? He goes, mine enemies are many. Then the uncle says, I will slow their path, take him from this place and protect him. I beseech thee. Anyway, he says to the Roman centurions, you shall not pass while there's breath left in my body, and immediately gets decked. Falls to the ground and shouts, oh no, while he's saying that, yeah, he shouts, for the love I have for my Lord is like a sea without a shore, like a sky without a bang. Gets knocked out. Goes, I wasn't ready. I was still speeching.
I love that speeching.
yeah, indeed, yeah. Anyway, we go on from there. He said, the only escape from our enemies is to turn and love them, shouts Jesus. But everyone basically tells him, shut up. It's like, or run. Running's good too. They get to some storeroom, and he wants to turn around, forgive them, and teach them the gift of love. And in return, they'll saw off your limbs and stack them in a small pile. Says someone. I can't remember who actually says that line. I think maybe
Rimmer.
Oh, it's Rimmer? Okay. Stack them in a small pile. Anyway, what do we do? Well, we need to build the lemon battery, get back to Red Dwarf, and go from there. What? Take JC with us? Well, we can't leave him here, sir. He says, no, leave me. I must face thine enemies alone. I have no fear of death. And Rimmer says, stick with me, kid. You'll soon change. Anyway, there we go. Excuse me. And, yeah, hold on a minute. I've lost my place. You guys all right? It's
yeah.
Maybe, yeah, no, it's certainly it's a little bit of a different vibe today. Of course, Helzo's not here. My Steam Deck's probably got me a little bit kind of distracted slightly, but yeah, I'm also just kind of looking at what's going on in the chat, which is not much.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
you're
know,
working
right?
in the studio, which makes it quite hard to concentrate on what you're saying as well.
Right. Okay, fair enough. All right then. Let's see. Let's get through this one at least, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, so Jesus is telling them, oh, he wants to go and see them, he wants to go and help them, and then he suddenly doubles over in pain. He's like, holding his back. Crichton says, "Are you okay?" He says, I have pain, but it will pass. No time to waste, Crichton. Start wiring the lemons. So Crichton pulls his finger off and uses the wires to start putting together the battery. And this fucking freaks out Jesus, who says, oh, hey, Smash JT. Welcome to the chat, buddy. So yeah, he says, we need wire. I'll use my finger. Jesus then says, the gladiator removes his finger. It's as if I've smoked some bark from an acacia tree. He says, bad bark. Well, bad bark. Yes, it's just relax. We're just making a battery. It stores energy, sir. Electromagnetic interactions between subatomic particles. Or, and this is great, yes, or to simplify, the copper coin, which is a ductile metal with high thermal and electrical conductivity, serves as the positive electrode, and the galvanized nail is the electron-producing negative electrode. The zinc is oxidized and produces an electrochemical reaction, which generates an electrical charge, all from the lemon. To simplify.
Yeah.
This is like when in which episode was it? Was it last week when Rimmer was saying to Crichton, you have a way with words, yes. You have a way of describing, you have a way of making things that are really complicated sound really, 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 really complicated. So there we go. Anyway,
thank you for the coffee, JT.
Hey, Smash JT for $3.99 with a sticker. Just literally a pear and a cup of coffee.
Indeed. I can certainly use that right now. I did not make my coffee this morning. That might be the other reason I'm a little bit off, because I was like trying to figure out, I got like an hour to figure out how to get my shit running and deal with technical issues.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, if it's bothering you that much, we'll just do this one and we'll see how it goes from there. But whatever, we can always find another way to do it later. But in the meantime, plus we don't have Helzo and blah blah blah. But anyway,
it's a day.
Yeah, I'm like the only one. Well, no, actually, Rhoda's all right too. Actually,
yeah.
But there we go. Smash JT, thank you very much for the $4, buddy. And Grufus for $1.99 says, "Hail Samsh." But obviously that means smash. Yeah, appreciate you. Oh, the super butchered your name. Yes, I'm sure it was the super chat's fault. Of course it was. Thank you very much, guys. Combined, that's 5. Actually, it's 6, which is more than 5.
Thank you for $5.
It still just takes me back now to last week with the vending machine.
You know nothing!
Time! He know nothing! He's food all microwave, all pre-packaged! It's brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you very much. We are having a very slow day today. We are, in fact, now at 7% of the way. No, 8. Wait, 9%.
Almost to double digits.
Almost to 10%. Yeah. Woof. All right. You think you have slow days. All right. Let's see if anyone's alive and laughing. Let's continue to go. So, Crichton has just absolutely mangled the explanation of a battery to Jesus. And Jesus says, interesting. I have but one question. He says, oh, fire away, sir. What's a lemon? He doesn't even know what a lemon is. So, there we go. Enjoy the moment. And he says, Rimmer turns to the cat, looks at him. And you don't get much between Rimmer and the cat in Red Dwarf. Not like one-to-one direct lines of conversation, because, of course, Rimmer considers the cat to be beneath him, and the cat considers Rimmer to be what he is, a git. So they don't really interact very much unless it's the cat insulting him or him telling the cat that the cat is stupid. So he turns to the cat and says, enjoy the moment. You're no longer the dumb one. The cat says, thanks, bud. So anyway, there we go. The door's going. Quick, group together. They've managed to make a battery out of 8 lemons, some nails, and some wire from Crichton's finger. And they zoom back to Red Dwarf using the battery-powered remote. So there we go. We made it back. The only thing is, they brought Jesus with them to the year 3 million, etc., etc., etc. And there we go. So, while they're all just making small talk and talking about, oh, I need to change my underwear, blah, 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 Jesus is just looking around in complete shock and disbelief at everything he sees around him, because of course he would be, wouldn't he? But they don't seem to have noticed that he is totally out of place, out of time, and probably having trouble keeping his shit together at the moment.
Right.
Smash JT has dropped $9.99. What a fucking boss. Fucking super sticker of a hippo on a chair, on a computer chair, going really, really fast and whirling around. Of course, that's obviously from Chair JT. We appreciate you for that one, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Love to the family and the chair. And thank you for $10, my friend. Hell yeah! Thanks very much, buddy.
Drop it.
Big love, Smash. Appreciate you, man. Must get collabing again soon and have a good chat. It's been a while. But I'm in a totally different time zone, of course, and although I am working largely at night now, but that means that I'm asleep when he's doing his stream, which is why I haven't been able to catch it for a while. It's nice to see you in the chat, pal. Appreciate you. Anyway, back to the episode then, I suppose. So yeah, they've obviously brought Jesus 3 million years plus 2,000 plus another 2,000 roughly to the 23rd century. Yeah. So 3,004,000 years into the future. plus the 30 that they've been in deep space. It's fucking hell. All right. so roughly 3,004,030 years into the future from wherever the hell they were. And there we go. So Rimmer arrives in the sleeping quarters, I think. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Indeed. So Jesus is having a really interesting time, shouting, "It's totally amazing." That's actually the accent he has in the episode. And Rimmer says, "What are you showing him? The TV?" He goes, "No, a bag." He says, "You can store any object into its strange cloth walls and then carry these objects any..." I'm dizzied by its genius. I've literally never seen that before. He goes, look at the things I can... Oh, ow, ooh. And he goes, what? He goes, no, the demon returns. Demon? What demon? The one that lurks within me is reawoken. He goes, Lister, have you given Jesus a vindaloo? He says, of course not. He had a jalfrezi. So he did have a curry though. But then, the funny thing about that joke is it works because if you forget for a second, you think, oh, well, of course it's Lister. Would he have given him a curry? Of course. But then you think to yourself, well, hang on. They were in India.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to have been a big problem for him if he... he's probably eaten so many curries. That's the reason he's got this problem. But there you go anyway. So Jesus is doubled over in pain here. Will's struggle spaceship. Lol. Yes, indeed. Everyone's struggling today. I'm trying my best to drag this fucker up the hill, but it's we'll see. We'll see how we do. Anyway, Crichton correctly guesses that Jesus has a kidney stone and says we may need to operate. Is it life-threatening? Cat says, is it Cat who says it? Or is it Rimmer who says it? I can't remember. It says, depends who's operating. 14 days. Sounds like the stone's too big to pass. His kidney could shrivel and die, and complications could set in. We'll get him down the Medilab and fix him up and beam him back to AD 23. What's the problem? Lister says we can't. Crichton says we can't trust the Medicomputer, sir. Remember what happened when you went in for mumps and rubella injection? He goes, yeah. I asked for a roob jab, woke up with a boob job. Still not right up here. Says, all right, so we're going to get it then. Excuse me. Says, but we're not qualified. Crichton says, I'm perfectly qualified, sir. After all, I've been operating on Mr. Lister for years. What? That's news. Lister doesn't know this either. He goes, you what? Well, not trusting the Medicomputer, sir. What choice do I have? There's what kind of operations? And then he looks behind him, and there's Rimmer trying not to attract attention to himself.
Right.
Clearly, Rimmer has given Crichton permission. He says, it's all above board, sir. I asked Mr. Rimmer for permission. Says, well, sir, you remember that stomach pain you had a few months ago? He goes, yeah. He goes, you remember the searing agony you were in? Yeah. He says, and you remember how that just sort of stopped? He goes, yeah. Says, well, that's because I performed a splenectomy on you, sir. A what? He goes, I removed your spleen. He goes, my spleen? He goes, you removed my spleen. Well, where is it? I might need that. He says, it's with the rest of your organs in the freezer. My quarters. On B deck. The cat.
Now the cat. This is his second time eating.
Second time round for Cat being a cannibal. Yeah, except that he's not actually a cannibal.
Right.
But, yeah, because of course in back in Tika the Ride, when they went back to Dallas 1963. Crichton had the
lamb we found.
Yeah. Where did you get this? What was it? They thought they were eating chicken or something.
Chicken.
Like, where did you find some chicken? He goes, it's not chicken, sir.
Chicken's
What
good.
is it? It's that man we found. So Lister became a cannibal.
To leave him just lying there when he would barbecue so beautifully.
That's right. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So then the cat is probably the most disgusted of all of them, even though the funny thing about that is that he's not a human being. He is Felis sapiens. So he is not actually a Homo sapien, so it really doesn't matter much if he eats the people. In fact, we saw in Angels and Demons, or Demons and Angels, can't remember which way around that was named, the low cat from the low ship. Which is basically like a saber-toothed version of him, literally tearing into the high version of him and whoever else, ripping them to shreds and eating them.
Yeah, it could just be that he's disturbed by the fact that it's it's Lister, and he's eating
Lister's organs. Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it might be because like it's his buddy, but then again, the guy in Dallas wasn't his buddy, so apparently
I mean, you've got to assume that the prevailing issue for him is the fact that he lives among and regularly talks to humans in Tika to Ride, whereas in this, it's the fact that it's Lister's.
Right.
You know, but the reaction is really funny though. I really find it funny the way the cat reacts, like just literally.
He does a brilliant realization face.
Just- even with me plastered on top of it, it's not that bad. So, so there he just silently sits there as the audience are creased up laughing, and then just finally goes, "Excuse me," and he runs off to be sick. But there we go. So this operation, what does it involve? Well, we need to insert a laser and a ureteroscope into his urethra, locate the stone, and haul it out. Crichton, the only urethra I know is Urethra Franklin. I mean, here's a hint. It's the last place any man wants anyone inserting anything. He goes, you what? You're stuffing stuff up his Schneiberhauser. Schneiberhauser. And that's interesting because I'm trying to think now. Have we ever heard of anyone like actually refer to a penis in Red Dwarf before?
Not.
I'm genuinely.
Apart from saying something like meat pie, piece, and chips, and someone corrected to meat and two veg.
Meat and two veg. That's right. That's true. But then I'm just racking my brains and trying to think: is there any time that anyone has like just said cock or dick or anything? And really, I don't think there is.
No. Like
Crichton.
I mean, Crichton's penis escapes in Series 8.
Crichton's penis escapes, but he calls it a penis. When Crichton becomes a human in DNA, he tells Lister he wants to talk about his penis.
Right.
So they'll say penis, but it's just I find it weird because I know it's meant to be funny that Lister refers to it as a Schneiberhauser, and I just don't know why Lister would be that uncomfortable talking about dicks and dick stuff in a room full of guys, who all have them. Well, apart from Crichton. But there you go. Anyway, whatever. He goes, you're stuffing stuff up his Schneiberhauser. He goes, do you know what you're dealing with here? He says, but sir, it's a perfectly standard operation. He goes, yeah, that's because you're not a member of the Schneiberhauser Club. But me, as a self-appointed president of the Schneiberhauser Owners Society, let me tell you, that is not a standard operation. Well, perhaps we could inform him of what we intend to do. I think he might notice, don't you? He says, I keep him talking over dinner while you disappear under the table. He goes, best bet for a smooth operation, he's out cold. Lester says, I thought we'd run out of anesthetic. Who needs anesthetic? Just tell him what you're going to do. Who says that? I can't tell. I can't remember where we are. But whatever, anyway. That is a good point, though. They have actually run out of anesthetic because in the last episode, we saw, of course, that Lister had to get his tooth drilled with no anesthetic. And then whatever anesthetic was left was released into the fucking corridors by Pre, thus leaving them all laughing their heads off as they were about to be killed, So, I don't know. I guess we don't actually get an answer, by the way, for how they knocked him out at any point. So, your guess is as good as mine, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I feel like I'm talking to no one here today.
Maybe Crichton hits him over the head with a plastic vase.
I expect he probably hit him over the head with a plastic vase, yeah. Yes. Or he chloroformed him while announcing to him that he was on his way to chloroform him, like when Lister got possessed by the Lowe's fucking hacker chip thing in his neck. You may feel a unpleasant sensation of chloroform here. Just surprise me, Crichton. Here comes my surprise. Anyway, there we go. So here we are. And they did also say there's no reason to anesthetize him because you could just tell him what you're going to do and he'll faint.
Right.
But anyway, as we are now, they have Jesus unconscious on the operating table, and Lister and Crichton says, Mr. Lister, sir, could you hold this? He goes, I'm not holding it. I barely know him. They're talking about holding his cock, obviously. Right. Well, someone's got to hold it while they insert the camera. Don't look at me. Cat says, don't look at me. I'm done throwing up for today. And then finally, they have a bit more bickering and squabbling, and finally Rimmer says, I'll hold it. It'll be an absolute privilege to hold it. He goes, you what? He goes, pass the barbecue tongs. He's holding Jesus's penis with the barbecue tongs.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Presumably the same tongs that Crichton used to carry Lister's socks.
I was wondering that myself. Yeah. Did they sterilize them? Or are they still going to be giving off that, so pungent aroma of sock fungus, Who knows?
I'm fairly certain that Crichton, adheres to standardization of medical practice as much as possible. I'm sure they're probably clean.
Yeah, he will have cleaned them, of course, yeah. Especially because that's what he lives to do, clean things.
Indeed.
But there we go. So, he gets the tongs, Rimmer, and then declares to everybody, "This is the high point of my entire career." Whoa! It probably is the high point of Rimmer's entire career, holding Jesus's dick. Well, we'll get to the twist later. But anyway, well, we should let him rest, sirs. He'll be raring to go in the morning. So there he is. He's back on the bunk now. He says, "Your kindness is boundless." Lister says, "You need anything, just holler. There's some books on the table. If you get bored, computer games, feel free." He says, "Just the bag." He just really wants that bag. Really, really, really wants that bag. Just the concept of a bag is enough. Who needs fucking augmented reality, fucking zero-G football when you've got a bag? Simpler people. But there we go. Just the bag. So Crichton walks into the sleeping quarters in the morning and says, "Mr. Jesus, sir. Good morning." "Oh, Mr. Jesus?" "Oh." And then he realizes that there is a note placed on top of an open history book that has been thumbed open to a page all about Jesus Christ. Oh dear. So then written in ancient Latin? No.
Something.
It's something. I don't actually know what alphabet that is. It's not.
Yeah, I know that it's
the
a
same as ours.
cultivar.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what fucking language that's meant to be. But anyway, he obviously has seen a lot of information about himself. And has decided he's not overly thrilled with everything that the history book has to say about Jesus. As most people these days have correctly guessed, Jesus himself would probably be quite disgusted by the things that have been done in his name or against his name over the thousands of years since he were alive. So, your opinion's as good as mine. Chat, let us know what you think. Do you think Jesus would be impressed with his legacy if he were alive today or not? Anyway, it is quite funny. Before Crichton realizes that Jesus has gone, he does in fact make us a really bad taste joke. If indeed, I suppose he would have got away with it because Jesus wouldn't have known anything about what he was talking about. But he does say, "Mr. Jesus, sir, good morning." "Mr. Jesus? Oh, he hath risen."
Boom.
Oh my. Anyway. So he goes, "Oh, goodness. Who was the idiot who let him read a history book?" And Lister says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't think. Didn't it occur to you that, wait. Where's that scene? Oh, of course, Jesus has zipped back and smashed the remote. Didn't it occur to you that him reading about how many wars Christianity's caused might mess him up a bit?" Now, this I feel like I'm not sure if there's a slight political statement in there, because yes, Christianity has caused a lot of wars. It's also more recently been the victim of several that didn't need to start at all, But basically, the Holy Crusades, and then not a lot since,
Right.
Fucking hell, the energy.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm certainly, my mind is like, going in 12 different directions. So I do apologize, everybody.
That's all right. Sorry.
Understandable.
Okay. Anyway,
we've had a couple of guesses in chat about what the language might be. We've got
Hebrew, Russian,
Hebrew and Russian. I'm pretty sure it's not Hebrew because I think I remember hearing that Hebrew is written left to right instead of right to left.
Right.
Right
to left instead of left to right. You know what I mean?
What language is that supposed to be? It doesn't say. In the Red Dwarf episode Lemons, the character Jesus is able to read English but does not write in it, while the episode largely ignores the language barrier with the first century inhabitants speaking fluent English to the crew. The script implies they're communicating in what Crichton refers to as the tongue of Albion. The details about the language in that episode include Jesus shown reading English, although the episode implies that he is not. Okay, never mind that. We'll get to that. Contextual language, although they speak modern English for the sake of the sitcom, historically first century Judea was a mix of Aramaic, Greek, and Hebrew, as noted on in the research on Jesus' actual life. So there we go. But people are saying Russian? That's definitely Russian? Maybe. I don't know. I guess it's so fucking long ago, all the languages haven't formed yet. They're all basically speaking whatever they have mixed with. The other thing, actually, while I'm thinking about it, writing.
Yeah, not too common.
Yeah, really not common. Really, really not common.
I mean, scribe was a literal job.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to write would literally be I don't know if Jesus would be able, this character version of Jesus anyway would be able to write, being just some peasant, But hey, whatever. Anyway, the second word is Veser, Dobry. Oh, right, meaning good day. Okay, maybe. Fair enough. All right then.
No reason why it wouldn't be.
All right, fair enough. Is it any weirder than Jesus writing in English? Well, yeah. I mean, it would be weird if Jesus had written in English. I'd definitely be flagging that too. I'm just confused. I've never seen that kind of writing before. Anyway, it's just an aside, but we do tend to go into these little tangents and dive into things if the scene is there.
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it?
I mean, that is why we do this. Yeah. To go back over things and like obsessively rip them to pieces, put them back together and see if they actually stand up. And yeah, they do. Share. Okay, cool.
Vecher.
Vecher?
I don't know. Anyway, so according to Rimmer, Jesus is not going to be very happy about all of the holy wars that Christianity was involved in, and he might be a little bit rattled by it. So according to the note, he's gone back to 23 AD so he can trash his reputation, so this Christianity thingeth never taketh off. Wait, what? No Christianity? What about Christmas? We've killed Wallace and Gromit. Trash his reputation. How can he do that? Well, breaking the 10 Commandments might be a pretty good place to start. So he's gone back to 23 AD, literally to try and fuck around with his reputation. Fortunately, though, Red Dwarf crew have another remote. Boy, did they start fucking things up just looking for lemons, huh? Which of course was just because they were useless at putting together a rejuvenation shower. So, typical Red Dwarf plot caused by total ineptitude and only exacerbated by further ineptitude. But there we go. So then we get this really quite funny scene where Jesus has returned to India in AD 23, and shouts, Erin, Erin, Erin at this woman. And I'm pretty sure Erin is an Irish name. So I'm like super confused as to why this Indian woman is called Erin. Although she did say she traveled to Albion before, so whatever. Anyway, she says, Jesus, my boy, come, come. He goes, I'm looking for my uncle. Hast thou seen him? She says, no. He says, if thou seest him, tell him that I will be in the tavern, drinking wine in great plenty until my legs do the dance of a newly born camel. And then my mind will turn to dark, vile thoughts, and I'll start coveting my neighbor's oxen. Ooh. She says, that's breaking the 10th commandment, that is. She says, ooh, and if there's time, I might even covet his donkey. And when I've finished coveting things, I might make a small statue out of wood and idolize it a bit. We'd be celebrating what? Saturnalia instead of Christmas? Pagan stuff? Probably.
I think more what happened there was when the Romans invaded, they when they converted to Christianity or whatever, I think they moved Christmas to coincide with one of their festivals to try and to coincide with pagan festivals so they didn't make
widely considered
pagan because it was too much work.
It's widely considered fact that Jesus was not born on December 25th.
Yeah.
And some people say it was
December wouldn't have existed. Well, December did exist, but there would have only been 10 months back then as well.
Right, but it has more to do with the solstice. And,
it's the winter solstice,
things like that. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, they borrowed it from paganism. Yeah, but then of course the Romans did in fact sort of nick Christianity and start spreading it themselves. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, with the Council of Nicaea, Constantine, went and made it an official religion so that it would be used as a pretext to go to war with the other 3 tetrarchs and basically create the Holy Roman Empire.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. It kept happening over and over and over again too. Like when the Vikings got to England as well, then it became about Christianity as well. And then some of the Vikings converted, and then they started fighting with other Vikings that didn't, and fighting with the, I guess, Saxons at that point? Or are they still just Britons? I don't know. Can't remember, frankly. It's been a long time since my history classes, but I am still interested. I just actually can't remember. So, shame there. You seem to know a lot, though, John. That's cool.
Yeah.
I
wrote a paper on it, actually, back when I was in college, so, yeah.
Cool. I always liked the Romans. They were my favorite. And of course, then there was that meme. Remember the meme a couple of years ago about all men think about the Roman Empire like at least once a week or something like that?
Right.
And actually, it is kind of true. Like, when you think about it, the Romans cross my brain at least once a week. Definitely. Anyway, there we go. So he says he's going to covet his donkey. He might covet something else. And then he might make a small statue out of wood and idolize it a bit, thus committing idolatry, which, of course, is another commandment. She says, you better watch yourself. God is a jealous God. You do that, and he won't just get you, you know. According to the 2nd commandment, he'll wipe out all your descendants. Says, isn't that breaking the 6th commandment? Thou shalt not kill. She says, it's not killing, it's genocide. I think that's okay.
Given the current state of affairs, it seems as though that kind of works for some people, depending on who you are.
Indeed. So now basically, Jesus is hell-bent on breaking the commandments, as many of them as he possibly can, so that he will not end up being revered as the Messiah, crucified, resurrected, and then worshipped by millions and millions and millions of people around the world for thousands of years. So he literally starts pointing out standard hypocrisies of the Old Testament by literally saying, so doesn't God break the 10th commandment, wishing people worshipped him when they worship someone else? I mean, isn't that coveting the followers of your neighbor's God? She says, don't you try to trip God up. Look, he wrote those commandments in a rush. He didn't have time to get them proofread. Guys, it's strange, but these 10 commandments seem to ignore the rights of women and children, but are big on protecting the rights of oxen, slave, and donkey owners. Keep it down. I mean, it's almost as if a man made up these commandments to keep a primitive people in check. At which point, the Red Dwarf crew have arrived, realized that he's there, and shout, there he is, get him! And he legs it, runs. Jesus, stop him! Stop that man, Jesus! And they manage to corner Jesus. So Jesus now has put his dukes up and says, you want to fight then, doth thou? Lister says, no. He goes, well, put them up then. He says, let's see what you've got. Don't think that because I'm a man of peace, I can't punch your teeth out. He goes, I'm not fighting you, Jesus. It'd be like punching Gandhi. Well, we've all seen Gandhi, of course, already in the Waxworks episode. He was quite, in fact, terrible at push-ups in a sequence that always makes me die laughing. Get him out of that damn nappy. But there we go. He goes, I'm not going to punch you, Jesus. But anyway, the fight begins and he starts slap fighting him while getting increasingly angry as Lister puts him into a headlock. He goes, no, mind my hair. You're messing my hair up. Oh, buddy. At this point, if they had stuck to it, a lot of people would have been really offended by this episode. But we're going places that will kind of absolve the writing very soon. Personally, I watched this when I was in my sort of most atheist era. So I was laughing my ass off at this, you know?
Yeah.
But whereas now I'm pretty happy to call myself a God believer, you know? Not, I mean, I'm technically a Christian, but I don't really practice, you know? I'm just open to it. I guess agnostic is probably what I am now. But there we go. Anyway, so they're trying to talk him down. And Lister says, look, some stupid people did some stupid things in your name. It's not your fault. You make a lot of people happy. Says, I mean, look at me. I presumed that throughout history, all famous people were amazing. And then I met you. And I realized they're not. In fact, you're a bit of a knob. It's just like me. He goes, which means that I'm okay. Says, yeah, I don't want to be me. I don't want people to walk down the street and have people say, oh, look, there's Jesus of Caesarea, the guy who caused all the wars. Wait.
Excuse me? What?
Jesus of Caesarea? He goes, you mean Jesus of Nazareth? Says, Jesus of Caesarea? Son of Rachel the fornicator, Samuel the chicken stealer. Samuel the chicken stealer? He stole them, not me. Take it up with him. I'm always having to leg it because of him. At which point they realize, he says, Jesus is quite a popular name around here, isn't it? He goes, yeah, there's a few of us. There's Jesus, son of John with the funny nose. Jesus, son of Luke. He wraps plant leaves around the feet of horses. About 70 of us at the last census. And he goes, does this mean I'm not the son of God? Oh, bugger. He goes, oof, count your blessings. It's not all bad. He goes, you've had a little trip to the future. Take what you've learned and do something with it. So we cut to them sitting, trying to figure out what to do next. And no, wait. We've skipped it. We've skipped the. Hang on. Cut to. There we go. Get your bags. Get your genuine JC bags, people. Come on. Get your bags. So he's become a bag merchant.
Yeah, he's
With
pretty much invented the bag,
he's
tension seek
invented the
style.
bag, yeah. And indeed, he's also put like a very sort of Calvin Klein-esque looking JC logo on it as well, with a small capital J and a very large capital C. So there you go. He's invented and is flogging bags. And thus, he will become a very rich man, no doubt. So they've changed history. But for some reason, that won't have any repercussions. Not this time, anyway. But there we go. Anyway, Lister says, 1 bowl of goat curry and we're out here. Anyway, hey, check this. We got this scene at the restaurant over there. Says, I bid thee good day. Hast thou booked? Says Jesus. Table for 2. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the dude that was sitting at their table earlier on in the episode, right? Looks
I think so.
Exactly like him. So they actually were sitting with Jesus earlier on. They just didn't know it, apparently. Anyway, it says Jesus.
Well, they were sitting with Jesus.
Exactly. So he says, have you booked? He says, Jesus, table for 2. My brother booked. It may be in his name. And his name, sir? Judas. Here it is. Indeed, according to this episode, the Judas myth that Rimmer's mother's church was based on, all true. Jesus and Judas are twin brothers for some reason. So there we go. And now Rimmer wants to get an autograph and everyone shouts, sit down! And we cut to the credits.
Indeed.
So there you go. Yeah, good solid episode. Very funny in parts. I like the Jesus bit. I think it's really funny.
It's very Life of Brian.
He's very Life of Brian, yeah. It is. But there you go. Anyway, that's it. That's the episode. I think it's really good. I think it's not the best one of this series, but it is. I mean, to be fair, I think for me, not much will be able to topple episode 2. Although Entangled is very good as well. But yeah, what did you guys think?
It was it kind of reminded me in some ways of something like Wax World, where let's have something that's got really nice set productions and just tell some really good jokes, and the setups come back with the whole the very opening scene of cooking, and then it ends up being the organ meat and all this kind of stuff. So it works really well on the things that it's always strong with the interpersonal dynamics and just sight gags and the writing's where it needs to be. It's quintessential Red Dwarf. It's solid.
Yeah. It's this is why I maintain that Series 10 is Red Dwarf entirely. It's just, it fits in perfectly. Could be in any season,
Yeah, it's a really good episode. And the amount of setup and payoff is just superb.
Yeah. I mean, the battery is a little one. Of course, the organs, Lister's organs. The fact that once again it all ties in,
and the Shakespeare sayings.
Yeah, the Shakespeare sayings come back as well. Yeah, again, nothing is wasted in this series. They had of course, 14 years between series, so 12 years probably between writings. So Naylor had a long time to think about stories and things that he'd put in, although they still ended up having to write it mostly by the seat of their pants, because the production schedule for this series was incredibly tense, really tight. If you watch the background, they had to fight to get every fucking scene shot. They had to scrap an episode and write in another one, and it was great though, because it worked out really well. And you do have 6 just solid Red Dwarf episodes, which is great to know, because again, if they brought it back now, I have complete faith that they would just continue to make Red Dwarf, which is why I want them to make an ending. Don't you? Know what I mean?
Yeah. I heard that I heard they actually wanted to do a second feature length, but who's doing it now? Dave pulled the funding They said it was too expensive, but they're looking for a new backer. So apparently it's like it's all written, and they actually want to make it.
Yeah, everyone's in. Yeah, it was supposed to happen. Apparently, it would have been in production now, or it would have been out by now. I can't remember. But the last thing we heard was in September, which was that the comeback isn't dead, and it said he had 2/3 of the way through writing a new episode of the show when he got a call from the broadcaster to say they'd no longer be commissioning scripted comedy, including any new episodes of Red Dwarf. But there is absolutely a possibility of the episode being shopped to other channels. So there you go. I don't know. I mean, it'd be really, really weird if Red Dwarf appeared on a channel that wasn't BBC. Although I wouldn't be opposed because, Buck the Phoebe and all that stuff. But there we go. There we go. All right then. Well, we're at 2 hours. Are you really not feeling it today, John? Because you need to fix your Steam Deck.
It's just
because we can call it now.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to sort out what even the situation is, because I can't really even see what we're doing in the studio. So I've got I've got the live stream going, which is 30 seconds delayed. So whenever you get to a freeze frame, I kind of be like, oh yeah, that's what's going on with this. Normally before these episodes, I usually watch everything before about it right before we come in. And of course, when I woke up, power on Steam Deck was effed. So I was like, well, let me go and throw it on this phone, and I'll see if I can get it working on this other phone. And so I don't think that I'm quite as focused on what all, because normally I come in and I just, when I watch the episodes the second time, I start kind of thinking about the stuff to talk about. So I think that I was a little bit distracted in my second viewing today. So I don't know. It's whatever. I mean, I'm here. It's up to you guys. But yeah. But
fair enough.
But I'm certainly in a compromised state, to say the least.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right then. There we go. Okay, I guess we'll probably call it here then, because again, it's we're missing one of us and the other is severely compromised. So I guess we better just try and do this again. Maybe we'll do it next week or something. We'll figure it out one way or another.
I apologize, everyone. Hopefully, I can get this Steam Deck to actually power back on again.
We'll start early next week and do 3 again. We can do it.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, I've got massive delay on both of you, so it's quite hard.
Everything's falling apart. What the shit?
There it is.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. It's quite hard for me to concentrate on what you're saying, because your mouse is moving at a different rate to what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Yeah.
I think that's my end as well, because I don't see chat complaining about there being a delay.
It's weird, isn't it? All right, well, whatever. We'll just we'll wrap it up today. That's fine. I understand. We've got a shitload to do, and for whatever reason, everything's fucking up around us. Sunday the 15th, worse than Friday the 13th, apparently. But there you go. All right. Okay, then. Well, let's do some outros then. Rhoda, what's going on?
We're gonna have me and Sardoc are gonna do a gaming stream on my channel in a bit. Not sure exactly when yet. Probably about 3, maybe 4 hours time. It's either going to be X33 or Tomb Raider. We're going to discuss that in a minute. Then obviously tomorrow, I mainly used to actually work behind the scenes on my stuff, but technically Tuesday morning for me, be Monday Night Noise, and then see you guys on Tuesday.
There you go. All right, cool. And John?
At this point in time, I'm really not sure, because I've got to figure out what's going on with this tech issue stuff immediately, and then kind of take it from there. Hopefully, I'll be able to get everything sorted out so Toasty and I can, meet up tonight on her channel at 8 p.m. Eastern and do some stuff of course, there's every possibility too that she might end up being on Simpcast again. So definitely make sure that if you're not following Toast, you do, so you can figure out what's going to happen tonight. And who knows, maybe she'll be willing to just kind of say, let's just take the night off if my situation doesn't get sorted out with my tech. But you can always find me with Toasty throughout the week, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, we will be back here on Tuesday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, as we do throughout the week. Of course, next Sunday we'll be here probably closer to the original time, so we can take care of doing 3 episodes and actually have it manageable. Other than that, we didn't get a chance to do the Week in Culture yesterday because Brian's wife was not feeling well. So we will be back next week there at 11 a.m. Eastern on Honey Badger Arcade's channel. And we'll be covering the PlayStation Direct stuff and probably getting into Metal Gear and a few other things, I'm sure. But yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by, hanging out with us today. Again, I do apologize for the state of my technical situation. Hopefully I can get it resolved. And it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys, even when it's a complete and utter shit show. With that said, y'all have a wonderful week going forward. Safe travels ahead. Be awesome as always. And
there you go.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here for this one. I know we cut it short, but we've got like issues piling up. So kind of the smart thing to do at this point. We can do a better job in future. So we will. In the meantime, though, appreciate all you guys for being here and sticking with us for the full couple hours. Special thank yous to St. Hugo and Smash JT and Groofus. Thank you very much for pinging us your donos. And yeah, we got literally kind of felt it on it. But hey, whatever, we can't win them all. So there you go. I'll be back tomorrow with Hyperdrive Time, reporting the news and all that stuff. I'm making a video as well that we're going out tomorrow as well. So I look forward to that. That's it. Other than that, I'm working on the Amelia Booba reward vid. So hopefully you guys will see some of that as well. Oh, hello. Sebrew1138 gifting a super sticker of Hippo shouting game over. Well, hey. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are in fact ending just as you wake up. Unfortunately, sorry about that. It's just that we literally, John's got issues. Helzo's not here. John's Steam Deck is fucking up completely, so we're kind of screwed for that. So
Rhoda's got an audio delay.
Rhoda's got a delay, and everything's kind of getting us fucking felted. So
yeah, the delay is definitely my end as well, because I'm seeing you're reading out chat before I see it.
Oh right. Christ. Well, there you go.
It's just like yesterday when we were trying to do stuff in Broforce, like we had such slowdown at a certain point in time that I looked at the live stream and my time countdown, that first mission that took us forever when we were starting back in, it was still at 15 when you actually were able to get onto the helicopter. Like, it was completely jacked.
Yep, indeed. Also, uafomega has jumped in with 5 memberships, 5 for the Grift Force, 5 for the princesses. Thank you very much.
Help me create the future of the white race.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That got us to... Actually, it did get us a quarter of the way up there, so... actually more than that, about a third the way. So thank you for that. Appreciate you. As for me, yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Like I said, video will be coming out, so hopefully you guys will watch that. I'm not sure quite yet what I'm going to make it about. I feel like I kind of need to talk about something else besides Amelia, although it is still ridiculously hot as a topic at the moment. So I don't know, maybe I'll find a way to connect the dots. We'll see. But in the meantime, once again, thank yous to everyone who's been here for the duration. Take care. Spike your hair. Fuck Disney. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck all these companies. And check everything before you felt yourself. Anyway, question everything. Respect the fans. I can't think of my fucking outro here. What the hell's wrong with me? Yes,
we're all
just, respect the fans. Check out the Discord. The link is below. The boys of the fans will be back on Tuesday after I'm back on Monday. Unless we hit the goal and John can jump in off the top rope to go face to face with some titties. And we'll find out. We'll see. But till then, as I said, have a good one. We'll play the intro as the outro, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you very much, everybody. Legends. See ya.